right, ladies. We did the first problem together in class, but I didn't notice if you noticed. I have a little question and answer up here in the right-hand corner. It says, if you had 4 apples and 4 oranges in one hand and 6 apples and 7 oranges in the other, what would you have? And the answer is very large hands. I think that was kind of funny. Do you think that's funny? I don't know. I don't know if you noticed, but I do take the time to put something funny up here, to pique your interest, whatever it is. Anyways, get used to Word Problem Wednesday is all I've got to say, because I like it. I think we're going to keep doing it. Let me get this straight up here. Okay. Wait a minute. Number 2. Okay, it's recording. All right. The 5th grade has 152 students. Each student has 18 pencils. How many pencils all together? Okay. I know that's either all together is either going to be addition or multiplication. Okay, so let's take a look at our drawing and see if that helps us. Okay. All right. The 5th grade has 152 students. And I need to know, my question is, how many pencils do they have all together? So do I know the whole? No, I don't, do I? So I know in my number bond down here that I don't know the whole. Okay, I know that. The 5th grade has 152 students and each student has 18 pencils. So I'm looking, remember the one we did earlier today? And I'm thinking the 5th grade has 152 students. And each student, okay, has 18 pencils. So what operation is this looking like? We did this earlier. It's 152 students with 18 pencils each. And we want to know how much they have all together. So I've got to do 18 plus 18 plus 18 plus 18, 152 times. That tells me multiplication, right? Does it tell you multiplication? It tells me multiplication. All right, so here we go. 152 times 18. Okay. And that's why the pictures are so important. It's to help you decide what operation you're going to do. Is it a 2-step problem? What do I need to do? You got to think before you can solve. You can't just choose an operation and go with it. Because I guarantee you on any standardized test, EOG, blah, 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 they're going to say, oh, those kids are going to add it. Let's put the answer for adding it. Oh, those kids are going to subtract it. Let's put the answer for subtracting. They're going to put whatever they think you're going to put. So don't let them trick you is all I got to say. Okay, so multiplication. We're all good at this. We can all do this. The important part is to keep our numbers nice and straight. So 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 5 is 40. Plus 1 is 41. 8 times 1 is 8. Plus 4 is 12. Okay. Cross off your carries, cross off your factors, cross off your placeholder. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 1 is 1. And add it. Probably should have started this over a little bit. But with all those fractions, I always start on the far left because I'm afraid I'm going to run out of room. All right, 6. 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 5 is 7. And 1 plus 1 is 2. 2,736. So, how many pencils, go back to the question, how many pencils do the students have altogether? The students have 2,736 pencils all together. Okay? I'll leave that there for just a second. I don't remember how much of the next problem we did in class. So I'm going to go ahead and do the whole thing for you. But you know what? I'm going to do the last problem first, just in case I run out of time on my video. Okay? Because I'm pretty sure, I'm 95% positive we finished. Oh, I remember now. We got the part fractions, the 1/4 and 1/6 added together, and we subtract from 1. Got it. Okay, so I'll do that in just a minute. Let's do number 4 together. How many 16-ounce bottles would be needed to hold the same total amount of water as 56 bottles that each hold 20 ounces? Ooh, that's a tough one, guys. Okay, let's think about it. Time to think. Okay. I almost want to bring Joshua in on this one. All right. How many 16-ounce bottles would be needed to hold the same total amount of water as 56 bottles that each holds 20 ounces? That's a tough one. Okay, so what I think we're going to need to do, I need to know, this is the question, sometimes this is like the end question, how many 16-ounce bottles would be needed? So I need to know how many 16-ounce bottles, but the first thing I want to know is the total amount of water that 56 bottles that hold 20 ounces gets. Okay, so that's the first thing I want to know. I need to know how the total amount of water that 56 bottles with 20 ounces apiece hold. Okay, so I need to know the total amount of water. Okay, so this is the total amount of water. I don't know it. Okay, it's how many bottles? 56 bottles, okay, and each bottle holds 20 ounces, okay, so it's 20 ounces 56 times, okay, so let's find out that part first. And because I got to add 20 ounces, 20 plus 20 plus 20, 56 times, it's multiplication, okay? So let's do that first. I'm going to start a little bit in the middle here. 56 times 20. Okay, first 0 times 6 is 0. 0 times 5 is 0. Cross off my carries, cross off my factors, cross off my placeholder. 2 times 6 is 12. Carry the 1. 2 times 5 is 10, 11. Okay, 0, 2, 1, 1. All right, so what is this? What does this mean? This is the total amount of water that 56 bottles, 56 20-ounce bottles hold. So this is 1,120 ounces. Now, how many 16-ounce bottles do I need to hold 1,120 ounces? Okay, so for that part, I'm going to draw another picture over here. I actually know the total amount of water. It's 1,120 ounces. Okay, that's the abbreviation for ounces. I'm going to be honest, girls, this problem I should have looked at twice. This is a little bit more difficult than y'all needed to do. I pulled it off of a 5th grade EOG, and it's a doozy. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay, but we can work through it, and because of your perseverance, you will be rewarded, all right? Can you see what I'm doing down there? No, you can't. I'm going to move it up a little bit. Okay. All right. So, I know the total. The bottles come. Okay. I need to know how many bottles. I don't know. That's a question mark, by the way. I don't know how many bottles, but I know they each hold 16 ounces. See that? Okay. So my number bond, let me see, are you going to be able to see my number bond? It's going to look like this, 1,120. I don't know how many bottles, and they each hold 16 ounces, okay? Now, if I've got the total, and I have a part, but it's repeated addition, guess what, guys? This is not subtraction. This one's division, okay? So your number bond is either going to be subtraction if you know the whole, or it's going to be division if you know the whole, okay? So we're going to take 1,120 and divide it by 16, okay? 16 cannot go into 1. 16 cannot go into 11. So we're going to go all the way to 112. So we're going to start right above there, okay? 16 will go into 112. How many times? Well, I'm going to round 16 to 20. That's a little high for me in that one, but that's what I'm going to do. And I know 20 goes into 100 5 times. So let's just start with that. I'm going to go over here on the side, 16 times 5. 5 times 6 is 30, 5, and that's 8. Okay, that's not enough. So let's try 16 times, let's see, 80, 96. Let's try 16 times 7, because 80 is definitely not close enough. 6 times 7 is 42. 7 times 1 is 7. 8, 9, 10, 11. Whoa, look at that, y'all. It's just right. I promise I didn't plan it. Okay, so 7's my big number. 7 times 16 is 112. I just did it right here. Subtract. Bring down. 16 will not go into 0, so there's 0. 0 times 16 is 0. Subtract, and you have 0. So here's my answer, okay? And the words are, how many 16-ounce bottles would be needed? Well, 70 16-ounce bottles are needed. I know this one's ridiculous. To hold, I'll be more careful next time. To hold the total amount of water is 56. So I'm just going to put the total. To hold 1,120 ounces of water. Now that was a doozy, y'all, but we did it. Took a little bit of brain power. It was definitely multi-step. Went out of our wheelhouse, but you guys did it. Now let's go back up to this one real quick. Am I still recording? Yes, I've got about 5 more minutes. Now, you already have the drawing, so here's the rest of the story on this one. I don't remember the answer, so I'm going to have to work it out. 1/4 plus 1/6 was, we used 12 as the common denominator. I do remember that. 4 times 3 is 12, so 1 times 3 is 3. 6 times 2 is 12, so 1 times 2 is 2. Am I right? double checking myself. Adding, so we had 5 12s. And then I told you we have to subtract that from the 1 gallon of milk. So 1, take away 5 12s. So when we get to choose our denominator, which we want it to be 12s, and 12 take away 5. Put 12 in your head and count back 5. Or you can put 5 in your head and count up 12. But let's do the other way. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. All right? So 7 12s. So how much milk is left? 7 12 gallons of milk. Chloe has left. Done. All right. Good night, y'all.